Hello, I'm Marcelo Seda. I'm the founder of Mugger Ceramics. I live in San Luis Potosi in Mexico. I'm a ceramist, and at the moment I teach at university, and I also work with this Mugger project. I was thinking probably if I try to repaint one of them. I studied industrial design first, and then I studied masters in toy design. But then I moved to do a bit of like sculpture and stuff in ceramics. It turns out blue at the end. It's just like really a it is like magic because it's just the oxide, but within the temperature and the timing inside the kiln, it changes the color. I mean, like into it's cobalt. I just mix them up and make all this testing. Yeah, I'm gonna sign the mug. It's like the very final process, the final touch, just to know that they are made by myself. I was trying to find different names, but at the end of it ended up being just Mugger as the extension of mug, like a mug of tea or something. And then went to make it more Spanish thing, so I just ended up like added the O. It's just like Mexican animals concept to make people know that we have the massive variety here in Mexico of this fauna and what we can learn from them. And I can show you as well like this.
Oh wow, yeah.
First was just as I like this dragon or I just like these sharks and stuff. But when I started like submitting this project for the Aviesto and started researching on Mexican animals, then I found out that their behavior, they're very moving or they're very touchy for us as people like, I don't know, like the sperm whales, how they protect when they see one of them, they're pregnant, they just swim all around them just to protect them against any danger they could face in the ocean. But first, come up with the idea and started like sketching everything. I've got some sketches here, but they know exactly from the models.
Mm-hmm.
That actually they're just a copy of these Modigliani paintings. But yeah, thing is, once you get them, start making everything with plasticine. I prefer plasticine because it's a lot easier to mold. Every time when I drink tea or coffee, I'm not really a coffee person, I'm more like a tea person, but when I do it, it's just a moment to myself and to think just even if it's just like 5 minutes, it's just 5 minutes for myself. Not I don't even like to watch or my phone or read or anything. Just drink it and enjoy it. And I was like, yeah, if we, I mean, depending on the mark that I choose or depending on the one that I get, then I know that or it reminds me of the behavior of that animals. For me, that was like want to share that with the marks, so that's why most of the marks they are like animals inspired. Let's say these ones, like these come out of these. So then I got that one here. So I firstly just cast that one here, and one is dry. Then I put the second part. I mean, I block it all this way, and then just get another one, and then start blocking this other part
Mm-hmm.
to make this other part, and then ward that one. First, when I finished my masters, came here to Mexico and started firstly working with toys with my dad, but that project didn't work out like really well because of lack of administration and managing and stuff. So I stopped working, I stopped creating and started just teaching at school. But then I found out very frustrated in myself, and I didn't know that it was because I wasn't creating something myself. So when I started doing this, like I found again like the passion for design, and but it was just like something like I think every one of us have this thing to produce or to create something differently. I mean, it could be ceramics, it could be wood, it could be just writing, or I think for me it was just creating.
I understand that how this direction is very stressful.
And yeah, it's okay. And then you can show me like some.
Probably one of them by testing it. These ones are they were supposed to be shots like for them. I mean, as part of a collection of the Spider Wars, but at the end found out they look more like a like space something, like spaceship or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
instead of a.
No es imposible, pero.
Fútbol en la unidad deportiva infantil. Life, but I mean, my dream related to life. I reckon that's a very complicated, is a really good question. For me, it would be being happy whatever I do. I mean, I know everything is just temporary, and I know probably I won't be doing ceramics forever. But if I get to be happy in whatever I do, I reckon that will be satisfactory for me, and that's what I dream of. I reckon.
Are you happy?
At this very moment, I can say yes, because I'm doing what I want. I'm worried about many things, and I do regret a lot of things. But like trying to live in the moment, as that it comes out because when I was studying these animal behaviors and how to match with the shapes and the forms and everything. It is like very. It came to me to think that the presence of the only thing that we got. So at this moment, I could say yes, in a way.
And what is the happiness for you?
I reckon it's just being peaceful with when you are like peace of mind, peace of soul. As long as you go to bed feeling peaceful with yourself and okay with yourself, I reckon that's happiness. Just to see if I can cast it here. Yeah, it's just like putting the core in there, and then let's see if that's. And once it's done, well, you see all these like layers.
Why this medium, ceramics?
I fell in love, I mean, made me fell in love with it. It's just the way that you can manipulate the ceramics to make shapes and structures in different ways that you cannot do in some other materials. And the magic that happens then with glazes and the colors and everything that just bumps out of the kiln, I reckon that's what made me fall in love with it. I really am quite passionate about nature, and it's not only animals, but also plants and trees and stuff, because all of the forms and the shapes that nature has, or how nature solves things, like biomimicry, for example. So that I think is just very wise the way it is everything sorted. So I reckon that's why, firstly, got that inspiration from animals. Then I just cast it in a. Once I get the mold, I put it dry. Once I dry it, we cast it in the. For example, like this mold is made of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pots. I cast all the clay here, just to fill it, and once it's filled up, start like wait for it to get dry and get like stuck in the walls of the plaster, and then like cast it back again to the bucket or wherever you've got the clay, and have to wait here for it to get dry. And once it gets, it's still wet that one because you still feel like that one. But yeah, once I have to wait here, all the figures they come out this way. For example, in that case, because the mold is already old, and it has to be. It comes with loads of details that need to be cleaned up. Well, I use this foam, but sometimes you see just a piece of cloth or something, just to clean and take out all of these details. I want to design for people. Not for elitists or for just one small group. I found that what happens to me, that when I do something sincerely or not expecting anything but just sharing it, that how things would come up, and rather than when forcing it to to fit in somewhere. Then after that one, get them back into the to the kiln, just to fire them. Once they're fired, they come out like this in a very white and like not soft texture. But once I get them here, I put the glaze on it. The glazes, they are like the magic of the ceramics actually. I have to make loads of trials first, just to see if they are like, there are lots of tests to see if they are like suitable, if they're going to come out right.
Mm-hmm.
So then have all of these minerals and chemics to see if, how they're going to get. And that's the matter, how you made the colors. Because for example, like let's say if you put like zinc or like I don't know, different percentages of feldspar and stuff, then the colors changes.
Y ya háganmelo.
Sí, exacto. Tiene ahí a sus.
¿Y qué dices? O sea, ¿cómo hace todo? O sea, tener un montón de ayuda, está bien, pero
Sí.
es muy difícil.
Sí. Sí, yo no entiendo cómo. Pero sí es cierto, o sea, o eres muy bueno en una cosa o eres bueno en otra. Y lo que hace chido es cuando ya tienes tu equipo o cuando vas delegando
O son varios.
tareas. But if I had to give advice to someone, it's just follow your dream. It sounds really, really quirky, but it does work. It's better to do what you want and struggling with, I don't know, money or stuff, than doing something that you don't really enjoy and feeling that frustration inside. I mean, probably at the beginning won't be very noticeable, but later on in life, I mean, it will show you that you can do whatever you want, and as long as you are happy with that and you in peace with yourself with that, do follow your dream or your passion or whatever you want. Do follow it. Do not give up on it. Follow your passion, but be aware that it can change, and be aware that there's going to be a lot of struggle with it. But try to be brave and rely on yourself and believe in yourself that you can manage to do those changes. It's hard, but I mean, it will help you grow, and it will, at the end of the day, it's gonna make you happier than just doing something that you don't really like. But yeah, I mean, I'm struggling with this dilemma as well. But yeah, I would say just focus on what you want, and if it changes, well, let it change, and try to be disciplined as well. I mean, it's not only just passion and emotions; it has to be discipline behind it, and then you'll notice if you really want to change it, or if you're just bored for a bit of the moment. Well, this is the model of because every mode is a different type of spider. Like
I don't know, like
that one was a walking spider, and the shots were the jumping spiders because you could assemble one to another one. And this one I love that one because it's a sleeping spider. Because the head, it has to be heavy. So when you if you got a coffee, the coffee makes balance it again. So when it's empty, it starts sleeping, so it comes out. So yeah, like with the analogy of when you don't drink coffee, then you sleep it. But once you put it there, then you start wake up again. Once I glaze them, then they come out differently, like these colors. Well, let's say either these ones or those ones. These ones, well, they're quite different because some of them, this is oxides and stuff, and these are pigment. And yeah, then after that, I signed them.
It looks also like a texture, your logo here.
Yeah, that I like it actually.
Very naturally.
Those not on purpose, but yeah, came out really cool. And then get them back again to the kiln, and then they come out this way. So yeah. Yeah, after they come out, yeah, you're right. The press doesn't end up there. I had to take some of the photos and have to put them I put them online just to promote them. Well, sometimes I take them to the museum where I sell them. I put them in every of these mugs because they're just for the people to know the concept or why they came out this way. I put some of a very abstract of the research that I made.
Every new semester.
Just forming into someone. Yeah. Let's come downstairs. I can show you some
Okay.
of the stuff. Let me just take this off. And found out that moments in life they're the same way. You can have a majestic moment or a massively exciting or grand moment, but just have to be aware that it's going to pass on, or it has to be. It's everything that it cannot last forever. So just keep that in mind. Either it's a good one or it's a bad one. It has to be. It's just a moment and it's an instant, and so it is. basically the same way as the waves get to be. So to just treasure, I just live the moment where, like at that time, just to make the most of that instant. If I had a superpower, probably consistency. When something really passionates me, I'm really stubborn. It can be also a bit of a weakness, but on the other hand, it has brought me to many things, to do many things, and I reckon that would be something I could be proud of, just being that stubborn